What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So Michigan State closes out its early two-game Big Ten conference slate Saturday at 12 o'clock in the Breslin Center against Nebraska. Nebraska 6-1 on the year, had a tight loss to St. Mary's and a big win against number 14 Creighton, 74-63. The same Creighton that just beat number 1 overall ranked Kansas. So going to be an interesting afternoon in the Breslin Center. Besides that, pretty much handled everyone else on their schedule to this point. 5-point win against Bethune-Cookman and just put up 103 points versus North Florida on Sunday. So we're going to get into the roster, what we can expect from them coming in, what we want to see from Michigan State in this game. But before we do that, if you could, just hit that like and subscribe button down there. More Michigan State basketball content on the channel, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video. So Nebraska is led by senior Bryce Williams, a former Charlotte transfer, this year averaging about 18 points a game, which is up from his 13 points per game last year, about 39% from three-point range on the year, 47% from the field, and 92% from the free throw line, which has got to be up there in the tops of the country in terms of free throw rate. Splits overall are very good for Bryce Williams. Connor Esigian, coming over from Wisconsin, upping that points per game after a down year last year, only averaging 3 points a game after he averaged 12 as a freshman 2 years ago. Back up to 15 points a game this year on 50, 44, 86 splits. I mean, that's usually the strength of a Fred Hoiberg coached team, is their guards, and no different with this current squad. Juwan Gary gives them 11 points and 5 boards and almost 2 steals a game. Burke Bukaithel, no, I mentioned that name wrong, but their best rebounder, about 7 rebounds a game. Top assist guy is Raleigh Worcester, about 2.6 assists per game. As a team, they don't pass it that great, about 14.9 per game. Only 2 guys averaging 2 assists or more per game this year. That 14.9 assists per game as a team, tied for 133rd in the country in assists per game, where Michigan State sits 20th in with 18 assists per game this year. As a team, about 83 points per game, about 40 rebounds, not too bad rebounding there, but again, a very guard-oriented team, as you'd expect a Fred Hoiberg coach team to be. Only 1 true center on the team. They have good wing and team rebounding overall. Only turn it over around 11 times a game, 46% from the field as a team, and 31% from 3. For Michigan State, want to see what we've said it multiple times now. Last couple games have been great to watch. North Carolina game, the Minnesota game, and we just want to see that consistent play continue and be consistent with the good habits that you've been playing with the last handful of games that, you know, have provided us to say here on the channel that it gave throwback Michigan State basketball vibes, vintage Michigan State basketball vibes the last couple games, and just want to see those good habits continue. And that's what we talked about that was so excited over the last couple games, is because the way that Michigan State was playing and the things that they were doing to win games is stuff that is transferable no matter the opponent that you're playing. Like, that's stuff you can bank on night in, night out. And them being so deep overall, playing so many guys. I mean, I don't know if on the year we'll have anyone averaging like 28, 30 minutes a game. Like, I don't think, like, I don't know if the rotation will eventually shrink, but I honestly don't know. Like, this rotation, the way that Izzo is doing this right now, like, usually we see this many guys playing for like the first month of the season, but then, you know, once we get into Big Ten play, that thing really shrinks down, and I don't know who you take out of the rotation. Like, if you do, like, to be honest, like, I don't know who you take out. So want to see those good habits continue across the board for Michigan State. Rebounding the ball extremely well. Rebounding margin on the year of about 9 rebounds a game. So out-rebounding their opponents by about 9 a game, which is 17th in the country and the second highest rated Big Ten team in that category, behind Illinois, who is number 1 in the country right now. Out-rebounding their opponents by 15 a game. Already mentioned, top 20 in assists, 3rd in the country in fast break points at about 21 per game. Defend, rebound, run. Constantly talk about it. It's recipes for success that we said in the Minnesota recap that can translate, and we mentioned here that can translate no matter who you play. We'd like to see Jeremy Fears continue to be aggressive at the rim, driving, like, yes, looking to pass, but also looking to score at the rim too, getting fouled and ones, getting to the line. I think that's big for him and big for the team overall, creating everything for the team. Cohen Carr has been incredible in a lot of facets of the game and all facets of the game. Really, Jace Richardson getting his feet back under him after missing a couple days of practice, missing the North Carolina game. Would like to see him get his feet back under him as well a little more. Xavier Booker, couple really good games in a row now, and then would love for him to continue here to have a strong close to the early 2-game conference slate. Give yourself some more momentum going into these next couple weeks of I think I have it wrote down here, like 3 games in like 23 days or something like that. Whatever it is, get some more confidence into those games before you pick up conference play again in January and book a couple good games in a row, as we said. So I think it's big for him. Have a good showing on Saturday to continue that trend of consistent good play. So excited to see that. Bart Torvik has Michigan State as the number 30 team in the country right now. Has Nebraska at number 41. Surprisingly, 22nd in adjusted efficiency defense for Nebraska. Usually Fred Hoiberg coach team, more of an offensive, he's more of an offensive guy. And that's what you expect, especially the last couple years with Tominaga over there for Nebraska. But you see that their leading steals guy is actually Fred's son, Sam Hoiberg, with two steals a game. So definitely going to bring it on the defensive end. Nebraska is. So as I said, would like to see these guys, Xavier Booker, Jaden Akins, Frankie Fiddler playing against his home state team in Nebraska. Would like to see them continue a solid trend on offense and consistent trends going into this game. But Bart Torvik has this as a 75-70 Michigan State win at home here. And listen, I already kind of mentioned it here. I think it's big to not only start out conference 2-0. You started 0-2 last year. You start out conference 2-0, continuing the good vibes. But also, after this game, it's basically, you don't play again till, I think it's the 17th, so it's like a 10-day break here. And then during the stretch after this game, it's like 3 games in 23 days. And all of them, Michigan State is currently favored by double digits. So don't get me wrong, no game will be a cakewalk. We saw that last year in the season opener last year. But on paper, favorable matchups the rest of the calendar year to, as Izzo's talked about multiple times, get through finals next week, work on yourself overall, go into these next 3 matchups to kick back off Big Ten conference play in the beginning of January, and would love to do that at 2-0 in the conference, so you're not fighting up the standings like it seems like Michigan State has been doing the last couple years. So big game on Saturday. Excited to be back in the Breslin Center. Been a couple weeks for everyone to get back in the Breslin Center. I'll be there, so can't wait to be in the Breslin Center, watch this one. We'll be back afterwards to recap this one. But anyway, that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.